AA6AJ, WA6AJ, AA6S, over.
AA6S, WA6AJ.
I hear loud and clear mine here. Yeah, I fired up that radio and the oscillator works in it, so I'll change those transformers, and I got this 3-wire loop that ought to work with it. They don't have an antenna coil in them like I knew. It'll only work on the loop, but it'll be fun to play with. And looks like it'll probably work. I don't know. It's got the same IFs as that other one I rebuilt has in it. Those 45 kc guys. But it looks like it'll cover the whole broadcast band. That's weird. WA6AJ, AA6S.
Well, if that's the case, I want it back after you fix it.
10-4.
Does you mean that Norton House doesn't cover the broadcast?
Yeah, it only goes up to about 1370 or something.
I can't get 1340?
Yeah, you get 940 is what you want.
Well, alright. What about yours?
The Superhead doesn't even go that high. It only goes to about 1250. I get KCBS with it, that's all I care, and KGO and KMJ and all that stuff. And I get the ones out of the Midwest, you know, the ones in Reno and Colorado and those kind of DX stations I pick up with.
Guys, stand by a second. I gotta turn this thing on.
Turn the thing on.
K6USY.
Let's see, mental telepathy. I just thought about 2 seconds. I says, where's Aaron? He should be saying K6USY. AA6S 800. I hear you loud and clear, Aaron.
Yeah, good evening, Bill. Yeah, I was down in your neck of the woods today, hanging out at the library down in Visalia.
He should have came over here and hung out and made my computer work.
Well, the problem with that is the car I'm driving's got a GPS tracker in it, so you can't be doing anything nefarious.
Well, with your intelligence, you got to figure out how to make it not track.
I'll just put it in a Faraday cage.
That's all you got to do is kill the power to it.
Oh yeah, I've already figured out where it is, where it's hiding under the dash. But of course tomorrow I got to hand that car over so they can do an oil change on it. So who knows what I'll be driving tomorrow.
Just take the GPS tracker out and set it off the side of the road and go where you want and come back and set it back in the car.
Yeah, I probably could.
I'm sure you could.
So did he turn the thing on?
Turn what on?
Oh, I was asking Mike. Did he turn the thing on?
I don't know what thing he's talking about.
Yeah.
Might have been his amplifier.
Your signal is louder.
Well, I'm pointed at Aaron. Can you hear me?
Yeah, off the side.
All right, let me put you guys down a minute.
Let me punch mine on here. There we go. Up to about 700 from 30. Probably made a difference, I hope.
Yes, sir.
Is this any better, Aaron?
Yeah, you're a couple less units. I can hear you. This band's pretty quiet.
Okay, well, this is about right here in the middle between you two.
Well, that doesn't make much difference for me. You're so strong, Mike. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I'm running 75 watts in all directions.
Equally weak in all directions. That seems to work pretty good, though. You hear all kinds of stuff. Of course, you're out there in the flatland and no noise. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, and I often hear stuff off access that Mike can't hear, and I can tell him, hey, so-and-so is trying to get a hold of you.
I've heard that a number of times.
Okay, Aaron, you're S9. I'm almost pointed due north, so anyway, hopefully it's a little better.
Well, you're S9 here, Mike, exactly.
S1, S2 over here.
Say that again, Aaron?
Yeah, you're only like S1, S2 over here.
Huh.
These long Yagis, Mike, are like a flashlight.
Yeah, it must be.
Oh, yeah, they're 9 wavelengths long. There's, what, about 30 elements on it, Mike? What's it got?
I can't remember. Something like that.
Somewhere between 28 and 30 elements on the thing, and it's about 20 or 21 feet long, and, man, it's like a flashlight, Aaron.
Yeah, point due west. Point due west. I'm sure I'll be blowing your socks down.
Okay, yeah. Well, I thought I'd try it off the back of my beam first before I go all the way over there.
I'll head due west and see what happens. Wrong rotor. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of work to turn the whole house around.
That's what I'm trying to do.
We'll just put your whole house on a Lazy Susan.
That's what I need. Okay. I'm due east. That make any difference? Better or worse?
Worse. But, yeah, I want to see what happens when Mike points due west, because he's pretty much due east of me.
I'm bouncing off the hills now.
Yeah, you're like S6, S5.
Okay, I'm due west of you.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, you're still only a couple S units. How much power are you running?
Kilowatt.
You should be stronger than that.
Well, maybe this will help if I turn it on.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Now you're S8.
Yeah, you're super strong here, Mike.
Well, I'm sitting there looking at my amp and nothing's moving, and then go, oh, the switch. Okay.
Yeah, you're 20 over now. You're not even pointed at me, I guess.
No, I'm pointed right at Aaron.
Well, I'm pointed at you and Aaron, I guess. Aaron's about this direction.
Yeah, I'm somewhere over here. Yeah, this is just two hole loops. They're up a little bit higher now that I got the 222 antenna up there, but yeah, pretty much straight shot across town to hit me.
That's a long ways across Fresno.
Oh yeah, Mike lives on the other side of the planet.
Literally.
Well, I got to be pointed almost directly at John to pick him up. I mean, it's weird.
Like I say, these things are flashlights.
Where's the illustrious leader?
I don't know. I just know his rig's on.
That's a good sign.
Okay.
Cat's probably sleeping on his lap.
15 miles. Yeah, we're 15 miles apart, Mike. I just looked it up.
Yep, but that's about half hour to 45 minutes in the car.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I'm a little bit, I didn't realize how far north you are. I'm actually a little bit far, because I'm down off of Clinton.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit, a little more south.
I wouldn't mention Clinton.
Opposite of 76. So take 76 and add 180 to it, and that'd be the heading.
Okay, I should be pointed right at you.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Let's see, 76 plus 180 is 256.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Aaron, if you're on Clinton, Is the DeChico's on Clinton still open?
I don't know. See, I'm on like West Clinton, way out here west of 99.
Yeah, I know it, but I guess you can't cross. I can't remember how you get from one side of 99 to the other on Clinton.
Yeah, you can. I guess you're talking about, yeah, the one over by the Me and Ned's. I think it's still open.
I don't know. It's right on the freeway or right next to it.
Yep. Yeah, for a while we couldn't get across 99 because high-speed rail rebuilt that entire overpass, but it's open now. We can get over there.
Yeah, okay. My number 3 son lives over there on the other side there, someplace by Ashland.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's just north of me.
Good evening, K6MYC.
Hey, success, 800.
KUSY 1079 and Bozo 1100. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Aaron. Good evening, Bill. Got your 800, and I heard other Mike in there. 727. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike. WA6AAJ727 to keep it official.
Got it.
KM6SR, number 432 to be official.
I'll wait for my time.
Was that you in there, Frank?
KM6SR, number 432.
I got you, but I thought Frank was underneath you there, Rob. Good evening. Gotcha. And what did you end up with last night?
Only 35, not spectacular, but I guess it's better than nothing.
Somebody's transmitting, but only has a buzz. Who would that buzz be?
That might be Adam. Adam, if that's you, you got severe problems.
Sound like a hum to me.
Yeah, that radio is not happy.
Key it again, whoever it was.
I'll wait for you to turn around my way later on.
Turn around what way? Somebody wants the antenna turned around their way. QRZ, who was that for the Bozo Net?
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
I think that was Brett Newman.
Hello, Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
We've got you, Daryl. Hang on a second. We're trying to get the mystery voice to come out and say what his caller name, Bozo number is. Over.
Okay, well, that was me with the mic trouble.
Who is this me?
Daryl, Charlie Echo Fox.
Oh, okay. I can't tell you. You sound like about 3 other guys, Daryl. Sorry, you don't have a very characteristic voice. When you put the hum on there, then we know who it is. Over.
Well, I'm experimenting with different microphone setups here, so that's why.
Okay. Well, we got you. Let's see. Frank should be in here. W6BBS should be here. Don't hear Frank yet. WA6OIB. What? Tell me a little bit about the thing last night. Somebody said he had to leave early. I think Bill KO6KD said that you were struggling with him because Ken had to leave early. Rob?
Okay, I didn't know, Mike, if you were talking to me, KM6SR. Bill was up and down quite a bit. A couple times he was blowing my doors off. The other times you could hardly hear him. So I assume it was just propagation. I don't think he was changing his antenna. I wasn't. Over.
Who are you talking about?
Well, you were saying that somebody was having trouble with Bill, KO6KD, and I was. You said that Ken had left, and who was left at the net control was me, and KO6KD was going up and down for me. Over.
Yes, okay. But Ken wasn't in there at that time, right?
I don't remember. He may have just come back. I'm not sure.
Oh, did he have a 10-meter net last night?
Yeah, he had the 10-meter net, but he was only over there kind of quick to check in and come back. So I missed it over there. I was trying to monitor both and do both, but didn't work very well.
Okay, so who did you get? You didn't hear the Redding guys, either one, and did you get John KR6MR?
Yeah, I got John, and I did hear one of the Redding guys, and I wasn't sure if I got Rich. I wasn't sure if Jerry was in there or not. I thought I heard some noise, but nobody could hear him, so didn't know. And we weren't able to adjust the antenna so that your radio would pick them up very good and listen on the stream. We could hear the Bay Area on the stream because that's where your antenna was pointed. We need to get Frank to get that computer going so that Aaron can have remote control of your rotor there. Over.
Well, you did get remote control from the rotor in the barn?
No, negative. We had no control of the rotor, so you left it at the Bay Area, and that's the only place we were able to get any good stream to tell who was checking in that we might not be able to hear. Over.
Yeah, I know that. Ken thought that we had capability, but we don't have that computer sorted out yet. Yes, I know that. Okay. Well, I put it on the Bay Area because I figured that was the hardest for everybody to hear except for up north. And it wouldn't be any point to go to Redding because there aren't enough stations up there. Anyway, I figured Ken could hear up that way pretty well, but if he wasn't here, it makes it difficult. Anyway, I just wondered how it went. 35, and you might shoot it down to Judy, and she'll run a copy of it, and she can put it in the folder.
Yes, I already did that last night. That's what I was wondering why you're asking me. I guess you haven't seen it yet. No, I sent it off last night after the net there. Over. Okay.
Okay, she said she's got it already, so I haven't coordinated that with her yet. Okay, we're covered. Just wondered to see how things were going. I'm pointed south looking for KB6RQU. Rick, are you here?
Mike, you're reminding me of the government not knowing what the right hand is doing from the left hand. Over.
It's the way it goes sometimes, you know.
72.
Good evening, 72.
Excuse me, good evening. I'm just checking in, and then I'm going to get out of here. I am hurt, and I'm hurt pretty bad. And I got completely knocked out today, and I've got an appointment tomorrow, so don't expect to see me.
Okay, what happened?
I'll talk to you about it on the phone. If you want to give me a call after the net, I'll explain.
Okay.
W6BBS.
Roger.
KC5DTU 712.
Hello there, Kerry. KC5DTU 712. Gotcha. And you're sounding good. Let's see. What were we going to talk to you about? We listened to a blog from Monday. Let's see, this is Thursday, yeah. We listened to that yesterday in bits and pieces. That's the best we've been able to do as far as getting in front of the computer here. Been a little bit strange, busy.
Roger, Roger. We missed you last night, but we know you were doing some good. So, hello, Judy, and hope you had a good time with your little vacation.
Well, I think that's about the first vacation in 2 or 3 years that I've missed a net. But, you know, it wasn't that I missed it. I knew I wasn't going to be there because we had the customers in from out of town. And we went to dinner with them, but I was obligated to go to the dinner and enjoyed it, of course. Went over to Pismo's and had some good food and good chatter with the customer. Everything was glorious. So that's where I was. But I knew ahead of time that I would not make the net once that dinner was settled. And originally we were going to do the dinner here, but it got a little too complicated at the end of the day, and it was too much for Matt to be working on the antennas right to the last minute and then expect to fix a nice dinner. So we opted for letting somebody else fix the dinner for us.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. Well, you better be careful because Rob did a pretty good job, he and Ken, so they might be trying to get your job.
Oh, I'm trying to give them the damn thing.
Roger that. Good to have you back.
Okay. Thanks, Gary. All right, let's see.
Watch out.
What was that?
Kerry, watch out.
Well, see, it's your fault, Rob. You did too good of a job.
He'll do a lot better if he ever gets an antenna in the air.
Yeah, I didn't do that good, and I do need some air under my antennas.
You were smoking in down here with that big amplifier on 2 meters.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that worked really well. So I finally got that going, I guess. Partially, anyway.
Well, it's at least 40 over here.
Okay, let's see. Let's give another call to Rick down there. We should get Rick in here tonight. Didn't have any excuses for not being on 432. He has no interference from the LA guys. KB6RQU or anybody to the south, K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, I guess we're not going to get Rick in here tonight. And we don't expect we ever get anything out of Atascadero on 432, do we, Bill?
Not normally. I just move my antenna towards the north there. I mean, towards Tom's place, and just sitting here.
Okay, well, I'll go up that way now. I think we got most everybody that's going to check in here tonight, and we can still hear them even if they're even if I'm not pointed at them. Let's see, Daryl, anything new on your side? KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, K6MYC, over. Well, Daryl's in and out already. All right, I'm going to go toward Santa Cruz. I'm going to pass through Atascadero, K6MYC. Don't hear anybody in Atascadero, K6MYC going to Santa Cruz. Okay, KW6S, Kilo Whiskey 6 Sierra, K6MYC. Rob, did you get Tom in here last night?
No, I didn't, and I was kind of surprised. We checked a couple times and didn't hear him.
Oh, okay, but Ken was here and checked and didn't hear him either, huh?
I think Ken was there at that time. Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to when Ken was gone. It wasn't very long, so he was here most of the time.
Okay. KW6S, Kilo Whiskey 6 Sierra. The other one we can listen for is Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. Let me see, Lee, if you're here. Alpha Fox 6 United on the small Yagi, K6MYC, over. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United or KW6S, AF6U, Alpha Foxtrot 6 United or KW6 Sugar, Santa Cruz, AF6 United near Watsonville, K6MYC, Bozo Net, calling and listening. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, then the heck with you. I'll go into the Bay Area. Bay Area. We should hear Fred here. KD6S okay, or anybody else in the Bay Area? K6MYC.
November 5, November Papa Delta, 1129.
Yeah, good evening, Brett. Good evening. Good signal. N5NPD, 1129. Good to hear you. How are you doing over there?
Oh, hang in there. It's kind of a warm day, so now it's getting cool. So, yep, I'm just hanging out here. It's, I guess, 70 centimeters is a little sparse tonight.
Yeah, we're a little sparse. We're a little bit early, so we're a little sparse. There's some people missing, but that's okay. That happens from time to time here. There's so much going on the TV with the Democrats becoming strange and doing some very bad things with respect to Elon Musk and stuff. It's just out of line completely. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they think we're gonna love them more, or we would vote for them more because they're doing weird stuff and breaking the law and all the other stuff. It's getting to a point where it's so ridiculous. It's maddening. Anyway, maybe that's what's got everybody watching the TV about here. Trump raised quite a ruckus when he said he did what he said he was going to do, and that's disband the Department of Education, which was fraught with fraud, and misuse and everything else. So he's going to shut it down and give it to the states, which is where it should be in the first place. And they'll also make it so that people can get. They don't have to go to a public school. They should be, if they want to send their kid to another place, they can, and they'll be funded equivalently as if they were going to the public school. It may not be a full amount, but that'll help anyway. So if people don't want their kids to go to the regular school, although I think the regular schools are going to straighten out pretty quickly with getting rid of DEI and all the other stuff that they've been doing.
Well, yeah, I haven't been watching the TV or anything lately, but yeah, I agree with all that. You know, watching your kids to different schools, then sweet. And yeah, things are a mess. They really are. But hey, whatever. I love the cost-cutting stuff. It's awesome. It really is. You know, you sit there and look at this, and all these buildings are sitting here that we're paying $1 million leases on. It's like, dude, who's getting the money on this? You just got to follow the money. It's horrible, and you know, I get kind of pissed about it because you know, my payroll, it's like 36% of it goes to taxes, just state and federal, not all the other BS that they pull out of their payroll there. And then, you know, you see, well, I'm getting my free phone and I'm getting all this BS. So yeah, it really pisses me off. So
yeah, for sure. People run out of money very quickly. They did in New York already. They were really underwater due to all the trying to get the illegals paid for. They had to take them out of the expensive hotels and everything else. So hopefully it'll sort itself out as time goes on. All right, let's see. Bay Area Bozo Net, K6MYC. Anybody?
KD6BA9.
There you are. Good evening, Oliver. And thanks for checking in tonight. Thanks for checking in last night, or the night before, I guess, on 1296 at the last minute. Make a transmission, and I'll pick up on you here. KB6BA, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net.
Yeah, K6MYC, KB6BA. Sound as strong as you usually do. I'm pointing at my usual beam heading. Trying to get some warm days up ahead. On Saturday there's a night camp swap near Sacramento. See if put in the breeding equipment. You can look at that. It should be a nice warm weekend. K6NYC, KB6PA.
Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be warming up a little bit each day. It was only 63 over here today, so it's still a little bit under what I'd like to work in. I really didn't get outside and do much. I did do some lawn mowing or weed mowing. I mowed for about 3 hours, so I guess I got something done today. Sometimes when you do that, you don't feel like you did anything. Because I was sitting in a tractor, although I was active.
Yeah, that's enough to get your blood pressure flowing, I guess. So that's about it from here. Got my usual projects. Got my hiking done today for the third one of the week. KB6PA.
Yeah, you're not anywhere near your normal strength here, but maybe I'm used to your signal on 2 meters and 1296 here. You're down a little bit on 432. You may not be pointed right at me. You've got kind of a funny little fade on you. About every other word is up and down, and it makes copy difficult. What you have to do when it gets like this is jump in the microphone a little harder because every other word is marginal. And I'm struggling to copy, but we're getting the idea anyway. So jump on the mic a little harder. That'll help us in this condition, Oliver. Back to you for your final, and then we'll take a standby and see who else is in the Bay Area. K6NYC Bozo Net.
That of mine.
Kilowatt 6 whiskey.
I don't have any choice to either signal, so maybe just conditions.
I'm sure it is.
Well, good to hear you as usual. KB6PA.
Well, I'm way off of you. Give me just a little bit more chatter. I hear Paul in there. We have you, Paul. Stand by. KB6PA. Give me a little bit more. I notice I'm not pointed right for you. KB6PA. Go ahead.
Let's see you there as well. Here's KB6PA. Hello. 1-2-3-4-4-3-2-1. Kilo Bravo 6. Bravo Alpha, over.
Okay, I guess I got you. I was for some reason I had gotten through. I probably peaked on a voice peak instead of a real signal strength peak, as I was up at 292, and I thought, well, that's not right for Oliver. So I came back here. I'm about 286 now. Is that what it says, Judy?
289.
289. Okay, I'm still a little high, but that seems to be where you're peaking tonight. A little strange. It's off 3 or 4 degrees. All right, thank you for that, Oliver, and we'll continue now with Paul. KB6BA, K6NYC. See you on Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah, most likely.
Well, you said I think you're done with your 1 week out of town, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Just going to Sacramento, Auburn area Tuesday, but to be around the rest of the time.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, we'll catch you when we catch you. K6WIS. Go ahead, Paul. K6NYC.
Good evening, Mike and the group. This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar, number 637, up here in the foothills near Placerville. Mike, your signal is about a 5x2 average, not as strong as it could be. But anyway, I've got you at Q5. How me, over?
Yeah, well, I've got you peaked up a little bit. Everybody seems to be coming a little bit more to the north today. I'm off to the north by 5 degrees from where you normally peak, so some kind of a skewed path here, Paul. Oh, you're fine. And I got your 637, okay. And do you have any other check-ins tonight, over?
Nope. I'm just listening in. I pointed to Fresno earlier about 7:30, and I heard Bill, A6 Sierra, down in Visalia. He was coming through pretty good. But no one else. Over.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, I'll let you go, and we will see you Sunday night, I guess. And then next Tuesday you start another round, isn't that right?
Roger, Roger. Yep, that'll be my final chemo dosage, and hopefully it's going to be good from there on, and I can just recover and get a 100% remission. Over.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, let's hope it stays that way. Very good. Thanks, Paul. And again, we'll see you Sunday. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6 NYC, quite north for the Bay Area, but that may be where everybody is this evening. KD6SOK, how about it, Fred?
W6PQL.
WB6WNI.
Okay, WB6WNI, good signal. And good evening to you, Jim, W6PQL. PQL, take it.
Okay, good signal over here. You're about 5 and 5, 5 and 6. And nothing new except we had a nice, bright, sunny day today most of the day. Good. K6 NYC, W6PQL.
Everything is skewed to the north. I was clear up at 300 degrees before you started even drop away. So it's funny path today, or something's happened to the antenna, one or the other. Anyway, we'll check it probably tomorrow.
775's in there also.
Okay, let's see if I can hear 775. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Go ahead, Mike.
Mikey is calling you.
KB6 WSC Kilo Bravo 6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775. Charlie Mike 87. Over and over and over.
Yeah, we copy you fine, Mike. You've got a little flutter on you, but otherwise your signal's strong. So surprised you didn't hear us there. Could drive it a little bit harder here, get up closer to 800 watts. That'll probably help a little bit. Anyway, good evening, Mike, and how are you copying me now? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6 NYC, over. He's not hearing me very well there, Jim.
But I can't hear you. I can hear you through the web, over.
He can hear you through the live stream, Mike, but that's about it.
That's weird. I'm hearing him fine.
I might have noise.
Yeah, I must have noise on 432. That's weird. We might swing the antenna around and see if what you do have is a noise source there, Mike. Something's not right. You shouldn't have terrible noise on this band. But maybe you've got something local, but it must be coming... if you rotate the antenna, you should see it go up and down, if it's unless it's right there in the shack or something. Thanks for checking in, Mike. I'm sorry you're not copying very well there. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6 MYs. Okay. I can see you're only hearing me through the stream there. 7-3, we'll see you Sunday night.
Who wanted to be relayed in? W6PQL here.
No, just WB6 that I standing by, but Mike was talking to the other Mike.
WB6WNI 1090. Go ahead, Gary, K6 MYC.
K6 NYC 6791090. Mike, I'm going to, we're in the middle of dinner, which is no big surprise, but I just wanted to say 73 to you and Judy and Jim there. Jim, you're coming in really well this evening, so I'm impressed. Mike, you're doing about an S5 as well at this location, so. And the noise level here at my house is virtually non-existent, so that's what I love about 432. Anyway, back to you.
Fine. I sort of peaked on me. I might be a little bit stronger now. I peaked up a little bit on you. Signals are strange tonight. Sometimes I'm getting 2 and 3 peaks, The signals seem to be very diffused in terms of direction. I'm seeing it signals over a wide spread, or else they're very narrow, like KB6BA. If I moved off of him by more than 3 or 4 degrees either side of center, he would go away. You guys are broad as a barn here in the azimuth pattern, so who knows? Anyway, good evening to you, Gary. Good to hear you. Anything new on your side?
No, not a thing, which is good in the sense that we're actually it's going to be all quiet for the next few weeks. So that's the way I like it. That's 679.
I'm sorry. What's going to happen for the next 3 weeks?
So if I have birthdays are coming up, but that's not for stop mine. No, I've already had enough birthdays for 1 year. No, other birthdays are coming up, but that's a little ways off.
They're pretty loud when I point at you. W6CQR.
Yeah, Jim, could you relay that? He started talking to me something about birthdays, but I couldn't get it.
What was that about birthdays?
Well, I was trying to figure out what Gary was saying. You copied him. He said he's copying you very well. I assumed you heard him, but I couldn't copy what he said. Over.
But not nearby. So in the meantime, that's no news. No news is good news. Jim might pass it on, but I think Mike can hear you actually. So K6M might be ready to 73 for now.
Copy that, Mikey?
No, because I've got Beale Air Force Base popping me here pretty hard, and it affects the AGC. And you mix that with this funny QSB, he comes up real strong, and then he just goes away on me. So he doesn't go away, but he gets down to a level with the other stuff that's in there. I just can't get anything out of it. Over.
Okay, well, he's just letting you know that there's some birthdays coming up and so forth, but just, chatting away, that's all. And there was another station in there that has been trying to break in, and he gave me his Bozo number, but I forgot it. What was that Bozo number again? Go ahead. Okay, Mikey, John, number 1192 is checking in with you.
Okay, is that K06QHR? Is that you, John?
John, are you copying Mike? Yeah, his call sign is K06HQR, Henry Queen Romeo, and he's only hearing you on the live stream, Mikey.
Oh, what the hell here? Okay, K06HQR. Oh, that isn't right. Yeah, I guess it is. K06HQR. John, we're copying you pretty well, but you're making such short transmissions, I can't even get my ears adjusted to you before you go away. Make a little longer transmission and give me a chance to peek on you. Over.
Roger, this is John 8K06HQR. Pushing about 40 watts through PB on the side of my apartment complex. Over.
Yeah, fine. Solid copy. You're off frequency, though, John. You're off frequency about 50 hertz, so you're sounding real low like this here. So you got me up there at high pitch, but I copy 100%. Are you getting me now without listening to the live stream? Over. I guess not.
Only hearing you through the live stream.
That's weird. He must have terrible noise in this. I guess he's in an apartment complex or something. He's got a very makeshift setup there. Thank you very much for checking in, John. I'm sorry that you're not hearing us better. But your Q5, most of the time, that last transmission, you took a dive and went down, and I only got half of it. But the previous transmission was absolutely rock solid and quite strong. So the band is not very stable for us this evening. 73s, and thanks very much for your 1192 check-in, John. KO6HQR, K6MYC. 73, my friend.
Okay, Roger, and back to you, Mikey.
Boy. Okay.
Hey, good evening, Jim. I don't think Mike's going to be able to hear me. He's super weak.
Oh, there's Fred in there, too.
Somebody was talking with you. 1192, John, KO6H.
I got that. What was Gary? Bozo.
1090, 1090. Okay, let's see who we got here. Fred, I may have heard you, but I thought there was somebody else in there talking with Jim. K6MYC, QRZ Bozo Net, Bay Area. Go ahead.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, your signal is super weak. You're only Q5. Usually you're like 10/9 or S9, but you're down in the noise tonight.
Well, I'm not pointed at you, John. I mean, Fred, that's the problem. Everybody I have to point in a different direction for. And the other guy is further away than you are. I had to go way north to get him. Jim is coming in at 300 degrees for some reason. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, that made a huge difference. Whatever you did made an enormous difference. Okay, so you're back to full strength again.
Well, yeah. Now I'm pointed back where I should be for you. You're coming in the position that you would normally come in. But everybody else, or most other people, are skewed 5 to 10 degrees more to the north. Over.
Yeah, that's weird. That is really strange. I wonder why. Anyway, you sound good. So I'm just kind of late. I just turned on the radio at 8 o'clock, so it might be a little drifty. But anyway, 507, say hello to Judy. And that's it there, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Fred. We called you first out of the barrel when we came up here. We did not hear anything from KW6S in Santa Cruz, and we did not hear anything from AF6 United in Watsonville. So it made us get into the Bay Area quicker than we normally would. But we've got quite a few check-ins now in this general direction, so we're doing pretty well here. Few people missing. I'm still missing WA6AXX, but he hasn't checked in for months now, so we may never hear him again.
Okay, yeah, okay, I understand. All right, sorry I missed you earlier on there, Mike.
Yeah, well, I should be hearing Jim now, WB6JNN in this direction, but if I don't hear him, would you give him a call there, Fred? Yeah, WB6JNN, K6MYC.
WB6JNN, K86SOK. Jim, are you here tonight? I don't think he's here, Mike.
He must not be. I haven't heard him. That's rare, but maybe he's got a visitor or something. All right, Fred, let's see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area, then we'll go up toward Oakley. Last call for the Bay Area. Maybe I should go back down to Santa Cruz and give one more call to the Santa Cruz guys. Let me do that. Santa Cruz, AW6S or AF6 United, K6MYC, calling and listening. KW6S, K6MYC. AF6 United, K6MYC. How about you, Lee? Must have been such a nice day in Santa Cruz, you're still out on the beach. Okay, back into the Bay Area. Bay Area, last call, K6MYC Bozo Net, 432. Let's go up and get Ken, N6 Radio Oscar, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. Living in Charlie Mike 97, where the temperature range was 48 to 63. Dinner was the usual Thursday night. Avoid congestion, that is, too many activities going on. Let's see, what did I say? Dinner was the first dinner, I'm going to have another one later, was chicken Caesar salad, my usual Thursday night thing. Comment on last night. I tried to check in, and I never heard anybody I could copy. I don't know what the situation was. I wasn't sitting in the chair for an hour and a half, but I kept checking to see where you were pointing, and I heard people talking. I think I heard SRR's call once, but everybody was just weak. I don't think it was an antenna issue, but I don't know. You got any comment on that?
Yeah, I wasn't there. But Rob was there, so you did hear KM6SRR. We also had the WA6OIB, but he had another net, so he was bouncing back and forth between two nets, and he would have heard you easily. I thought that Frank would be in there, and he would have heard you easily as well, but apparently Frank was not there last night.
KM6SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good up that way. I was getting good reports with the amp on stuff. I just didn't hear Ken. We tried a couple times for him, over.
We'll see you on Sunday night, N6RO.
Okay, Ken, you doubled with Rob. Stand by. I got your comments, Rob. He called you several times, and he had the big amp on. Every bit of 1,500 and as much as 2,500 if he pushed it. So he probably had 1,500 going your way, Ken, over.
Oh, really? Well, I guess it was the band, or maybe my antenna was not calibrated. But it is today. I looked at it. No problem. We'll try it again next Thursday, Wednesday, and before that Sunday, N6RO.
Yeah, fine, Ken. You're very strong tonight, by the way. Better here than any other band that I've heard you on lately. Very strong on 432 tonight.
Yeah, right. I'm running about a kilowatt.
Yeah, very good.
I'll add him to my list for last night, my paper list.
Okay, he's going to update you and put you on the list from last night. Can you copy him here, Rob? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I'm hearing Ken fine. You got a copy on me, Ken? N6RO, KM6SRR.
Yeah, Rob, I'm not copying you very well, but I only called you once, and it was probably a double with a stronger signal down there. But I kept listening every 10 or 15 minutes. I'd come out to the shack. Anyway, we'll do better next week, N6RO.
Well, I had to, that's one of my very rare evenings that I was gone, Ken. We had some customers here, a very prominent agency or situation, and we finished up some testing that we were doing with that big log periodic that I told you about, the 13-element log. And they were here Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Wednesday night we took them out to dinner. And I was not, I was obligated to go to the dinner, but I wanted to go anyway. I mean, I would have gone anyway. But we had a nice time as we were all done, and everybody was happy with the results and so on. So we had a good dinner out, but the dinner was at 7 to 10, so it wiped me out. So I called Rob and WA6OIB Ken and tell him that I needed him help last night. So that's what happened. But apparently you didn't hear Ken at all, which is odd. And I should have called Frank, and I was going to call Frank, but the other two guys thought they had it covered, and I thought Frank would be in there and automatically pick up on it. But apparently he didn't get on at all last night. Rob, was Frank here last night?
Yes, he was. No, I don't think he was. Let me look.
That's all right. Who was the other one?
WB6 on it,
Be right there, Dennis. Give me another 15 seconds here. You got your 86 anyway, Dennis. We'll be right there.
No, Frank wasn't in there, but Dennis heard me loud last night, so I think I was getting out.
Okay. WB6. Who was the WB6?
JNP.
Now give me the rest of it. I didn't get the suffix.
Yeah, 107, WB6JNP.
Oh, WB6JNP. I thought it was WA. Okay, WB6JNP. Good evening, Dane. We had your neighbor down here today. I don't know if you've talked to Dan, but he and Frank came down to look at the solar system here. I think Dan's about ready to pull the trigger on the solar system, and Frank thought it would be a good idea if he came down and saw what we have. That way he could see the quality of the equipment and so on and get a feel for it. So we did have a pleasure meeting Dan here for the first time, I think, face to face. WB6JNP, let me say 73s to Ken, N6RO. Go back and do what you're doing there, Ken, and we'll see you Sunday night. WB6JNP 107, K6MYC. Go ahead, Dane.
Sunday night.
Okay, we're on the ST-857B that normally resides in the truck. We've moved it to the house, and it's got a couple issues, but we're working on that. And I was talking with my neighbor who does handyman work, and he was going to remove Dan's bathtub. And he went over there, but Dan wasn't there. And I guess he called him and said, oh, he forgot that today was the day they had arranged to do that. And the interesting thing was, it was yesterday they arranged it.
I didn't get all of that, Dane. You got some audio RF feedback on some voice peaks. Try it again.
Okay, well, yeah, that's one of the issues with this radio. Dan was going to have the bathtub removed to put the batteries in the house, and then the guy who was doing the bathtub removal said, gee, Dan wasn't there, and he called him, and I guess he was up at your place.
He didn't indicate anything about somebody there. He said he was going to get back home quickly so he could have some breakfast. He'd been up since 4, but missed breakfast. So anyway, but he didn't mention anything about the bathtub, but he did indicate that they were going to probably put the batteries in the bathroom there. Anyway, I got it that time. Thanks. And it was nice to have a chance to chat with him, and we walked him around and showed him all the rest of the stuff at the property here, and at least up around the barn and the house and so on. There you go, WB6JNP. Let me get the rest of the guys up in Sacramento. They're chomping at the bit here, K6MYC.
Okay, 73, WB6JNP, close call.
Okay. All I got was 79. What's the rest of it?
1179, Kilo Delta 6, Whiskey Victor Lima, Modesto.
Yeah, hi, John. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, Modesto. 1179, Judy, K6MYC. Very good. Thanks for checking in here. And good to hear you, John. Behind you, of course, is Dennis. He's just checked in, WB6ISO up in Rio Linda. We'll get him in a second. But you take one, and then we'll shoot it up to Dennis. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, K6MYC. Go ahead.
You okay, Mike? Yeah, the signal's a little up and down. I won't hold it up. Thanks for the check-in, KD6WVL.
Okay. I'm having a little trouble here this evening because the Beale Air Force Base, it puts out some kind of a weird popping noise. I don't know whether it's frequency hopping or what, but it gives me a pop on the receiver. And I'm pointed right at it right now, and of course it's worst. So it takes out every word, every now and then it takes out a word or two. Anyway, good evening, John. Thanks very much for being there and checking in from Modesto. Good to hear you. KD6WBL 101179, K6MYC up toward you, Dennis. WB6ISO, K6MYC.
And Ken both, I checked in with them last night, they were doing the net over.
I got the antenna in the wrong direction, Dennis, so I only got the very last word. Just stand by a second. Let me see if I can't read where I'm supposed to be pointed here. What does that say now, Judy?
You're pretty good right there in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little high, but it's close enough, Dennis. Go ahead again, please. I'm sorry to make you repeat. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. The band is up and down. You was pretty strong, and it faded right off. I was just saying that I did check in last night. Rob and Ken were both running the net last night, and so we did get checked in. Over.
Yeah, good deal. I was out to dinner with a customer, M-squared customer, a commercial, or a entity customer, let's put it that way. And that was the final day of their meeting here. They were here for 2 days doing antenna testing on the big log periodic that we had here. So there you go. Anyway, good signal now. We're solid and pointed right at you, I guess. I'm glad you were able to get through to Rob on his 432 system. It's a little marginal because he's got a rotator that doesn't always point where he thinks it is. So I'm glad you made it there. WB6ISO, K6MYC. Anybody else to check in tonight, John? Dennis?
I don't know. I just had myself here. Bill should be there, KO6KD, I would imagine, but I had nobody else here at the present time there, and I did want to take time to say hello to Judy. Judy, how are you?
776.
Okay. Yeah, maybe the band dropped down just after the time. I was just saying a very pleasant good evening to Judy.
Just
6KD, number 776.
Hi, Bill. KO6KD 776, Judy. Go ahead, Bill. Good to hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, Mike. Yeah, I didn't know if you were anybody else, and so I thought I'd go ahead and here. Good evening. Not a bad signal tonight, up and down a little bit. A lot of pause interference. Have not heard from Darren, and I've not heard from John, so I'm not sure if the guys are around or not, but good evening to you and everybody else on the net, KO6KD.
Okay, well, we've got you, and I peeked up on you a little bit. Everybody's somewhat more to the north than normal tonight, so I'm having a little bit of confusion on where to point.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I got it pointed towards you. I rocked my antenna back and forth a little bit, and I'm as close to being on you as I can, and it's in the usual spot. So anyway, well, good luck to everybody else, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I should be there in the morning, and maybe we'll have Kenny there tomorrow. We'll see. I'll try to get him tuned in, and we'll see you tomorrow, Bill. KO6KD, and I'll look for let me see, KJ6KFB. Daryl, are you there? Over. I don't hear Daryl. Darren. Let me go up to John. KR6MR, KR6 Mexico Romeo. How about it, John? K6MYC. Over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR Bozo 759. And hi to Dennis, hi to Judy, and everyone else.
Yeah, thank you. Got your 759. Thank you. Good to hear you, and thanks for climbing the stairs. Pretty good signal tonight. We had good copy. I wasn't here last night, as you know, but I guess you did get checked in. Rob said he heard you. I had dinner out with the customers. Customer was here for his last day. They'd been here for the last couple of days checking this log periodic and that we built for them. They wanted to come out and see it in operation, and we did that toward the end of Wednesday. Swung around on various bands and showed them the difference between the monobanders and their log periodic, and they seemed to be very happy with the results, so that was good. Anyway, that's where I was. It's an unusual time, but sometimes we have to do those things. It was a pleasure for me, but it also took me away from the net. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, Darren's in there.
Gary who?
Darren, KJ6KFB is calling.
Okay, go ahead, Darren, KJ6KFB, go ahead. That's your 756, Darren. I'm not bodacious, but we're having a lot of trouble with the popping and the snapping from Beale Air Force Base up there. A lot of noise coming out of their night, so make it copy a little bit more difficult on the weaker stations there. Thank you, Darren. Thanks for checking in, and of course we'll see you on Sunday night with the bigger signal. Hi. KJ6KFB 756 K6MYC. Thank you, Darren. Okay, I don't think there's anybody else, John. I'll go one more call in your direction, and we'll go up toward Nevada. Anybody else in the Sacramento direction? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net.
Yeah, this is K6WIS, direct path.
Oh, booming. Booming signal on the direct path, strangely. Strangely enough, about the strongest I've ever heard you, over.
Conditions are good right now, but there's been some heavy QSP. You're at S7 right now, but you were down to like an S1 or 2, so it's highly variable. This is K6WIS, so...
Mostly that because I'm moving the antenna back and forth for every station here. So I wasn't anywhere near close to you until I came back up toward, I was just about ready to go to Nevada here, so... You're in the launching pad zone for Nevada, Paul. Anyway, great signal. Thanks for rechecking in again. Over.
Roger. Yeah, I thought I'd test out the direct path, and it seems to be pretty good this evening. And John, KR6MR, 519, and also good evening to Bill, KR6KD. I think you can probably hear me even though you're off the back of my beam right now. So anyway, back to the net control, and I'll be clear, the K6WIS, over.
Okay, very good. Bill, are you hearing Paul up there? Bill may not hear me in this direction. Yeah, how about you, John? Are you hearing Paul?
Oh, yeah, Paul's 5'9" here. He's super.
Okay, very good. Well, he's strong down here, too. And I'm getting you, but quite a bit more north where I would normally not hear you as well here, but you're still very good copy. Thanks much for being there. We'll see you guys Sunday night. Have a good weekend. I think it should get warmer and warmer and warmer as we go on through the next week or so here. KR6MR, K6WIS, KO6KD, KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Sacramento area? Over.
Hey, Mike, I got a story about log periodics for you.
I'm ready.
Okay, so 30 years ago, SRI bought a log periodic for some operations up at Resolute there in northern Canada. And I used it for a while, had some fun on one of my trips. And they had a project upgrade. The next thing I knew, they took a bulldozer and ran it over.
Why did they do that? On purpose or by accident?
On purpose. Those that were, setting up for new antenna system, they said, well, it's in the way, we don't need it, so they just bulldozed it. We also had a Granger 2 to 30 broadband dipole. This was a monster. I think I got some pictures of it. It was a huge thing, and they bulldozed that as well.
Yeah, I used to work at Granger, so I know exactly when you're talking about supported wires with tower sections and stuff. Over.
Yeah, that's the beast.
Yeah, no, I was very familiar with it. I worked at Granger for about 2 years. I didn't work on that project, but I worked on others. In fact, I have a tower. I got some tower section here that I got from Granger. We're building tower sections, and it was a steel tower, had about 2 feet on the side. And the pieces that I got 4 20-foot lengths that have, at one point on each of the legs, they had to drill 3 holes because they put it up to the Berkeley compression test area. The compression test in Berkeley was able to do 100 tons, and they couldn't damage the tower at 100 tons, so they drilled a hole in the legs. They drilled 3 little holes about 3/8 of an inch in diameter in each leg, about 6 feet up from the middle point, and then it buckled slightly, ever so slightly buckled where those 3 holes were over.
Yeah, that's something. Now, with that, those antennas, and when I was up there in Resolute, my little 100-watt ICOM that I had about 900 contacts in 6 days, including a long QSO with a guy at KC4AAA down at First Station South Pole. And we started talking from basically North Pole to South Pole. And I did not go through the proper sequence to talk to the handler for the South Pole station. But anyway, we had a real nice QSO, and a lot of people enjoyed listening to us. So back to you there, Mike, KR6MR.
Yeah, outstanding. Do you remember who built the log? It might have been a Collins log, that old, might have been a Collins, or it could have been a Granger log, or a couple of other people were building logs in those days. Do you remember who it was?
No, not often. The log, I think that was an M-squared log.
Well, it could have been. It wouldn't be M-squared. Well, maybe it would have been. We started building logs in 1988, so that would be close to 30 years ago. Before that, we had KLM, and we built a lot of logs for KLM, and it very well could have been the earlier version, the KLM log, over.
Yeah, I think this was the late 90s.
Do you remember whether it was 7 or 8 elements?
Oh, no. I might have some pictures of it, but I don't remember that offhand.
Yeah, well, it was early 80s. It would probably not have been the M-squared log, but I did have KLM electronics, and we were building logs at that time. Was 7 elements log. The 7-element log went to 10 to 30 megahertz with a director for 10 meters and a 30-foot boom length. They work pretty well, all things considered. So, yeah, you give them half a chance, put them up high enough, and they play well. Thanks for the story, and sorry that they destroyed it. Oh, sometimes these people don't have much sense, do they? They probably could have given it away to a ham, and he would have been blessing them for the rest of his life. Over.
Yeah, you should have seen it. We had a transmitter. We had 3 of them. They were on. It sounded at 30,000 watts, and they took and bulldozed that as well.
Well, you know, there may have been something in their contract that they had to do that. It's weird, but they sometimes have those kind of situations. It's unfortunate. That's a real shame. Okay, thanks for the feedback, John, and the interesting stories there. We can talk more about that. We never went to Alaska, but I was down in McMurdo and in Antarctic, and I was down there for 2 months, made a lot of contacts down there, both on HF and on 2 meters. I made some moon bounce contacts on 2 meters from McMurdo, so that was kind of fun. KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike, I'll let you go. We'll do some more chit-chat talking about some of this stuff at a later date. KR6MR, have fun with Nevada.
Yeah, and you're doing very well down here. Very consistent where I have the antenna now more toward Paul. It's strange, but it's more stable here. Good evening, Paul. Thanks again for popping in. K6WIS, KR6MR, K6MYC, clear and going to Nevada.
Okay, cheers, Mike. Cheers, John. Yeah, I'm actually pointed about 10 degrees further north right now, 150, 145 degrees. So 73 is K6WIS, clear.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Good evening to you. Okay. down toward Nevada, KE7UQL. KE7UQL or N7 Whiskey Tango. KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango, or N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. I think we had you in here on 432 the other day. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, KE7UQL, or N7WT, K6MYC, calling and listening. I thought I heard a peep of a signal. Let's try it again. We'll stay here for a couple minutes and see if the band peaks up for us. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, or KE7UQL, or N7 Whiskey Tango. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie calling Nevada and standing by, standing by. Listening hard but not hearing anything right now. I don't think we have anybody up there. Rob, how are you doing down there?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Not hearing anybody from Nevada. I was able to hear John up there, KR6MR, just a little.
Yeah, he had pretty good signal down this way. So that was kind of an interesting chat with him. He had spent some time up there in Resolute, Alaska, or actually almost the Antarctic. I don't know where exactly Resolute is, but it's way up there in the Arctic Circle, somewhere, I guess. And Stanford Research Institute had a setup up there that he was saying that they had bulldozed the log periodic when they were done with it. They just run it over. They had another antenna project, and they just bulldozed it, along with 2 or 3 30-kilowatt transmitters. Over.
Yep, there's interesting stuff up there, huh?
Well, yeah, that's kind of stupid, but sometimes they have a contract that says they must not pass that equipment on to anybody else. Although you could think they could have given the log away, it didn't even cost them $1,000, over.
Yeah, sometimes contracts don't get logical.
That's for sure. Okay, last call for Nevada, and we can just about wrap this thing up. N7WT, KE7UQL, N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC, calling and standing by. Over, over. Well, had nobody up there. So, I guess we're done. Got most everybody in the Bay Area, I think. The only one that didn't show up was Jim, WB6JNN. I might swing to the Bay Area and just call once. Oh, we never did get Tom either. So maybe I should go back there and call one more time for Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I think I got Jim last night.
It's Jim, JNN.
Yeah, both Jims. I actually heard PQL myself.
Oh, very good. Okay, here I am in the Bay Area. Bay Area. Late checks are missed. WB6JNN. WB6JNN. By chance, are you listening now, Jim? K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard from Jim. Let me go down here to Santa Cruz. That should be close enough. Santa Cruz or Watsonville, KW6S or Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 432, calling and standing by. Okay, well, we're done. Unless we want to go back down for KB6 Whiskey Fox, no, KB6 RQU. But I don't think he's going to be there. He hasn't been very reliable lately. So I think we'll call it. How many do you have there, Judy?
I've got 24, Mike.
counting to wave 23, Rob.
Okay, I must have one more, so when I send the list over, you can figure it out, huh?
Oh, you have 24, do you?
Roger.
Well, Judy got the number 857, but what else could that be? It probably was somebody, but she got the number tangled up or something. Let's see, who do you have in the Bay Area? We got 507. You got 507 Fred, right? Yep. And 1296. And we got KB6BA 900. We got 775 Mike. 775. You got that one, right? Yep. Okay. That's pretty much in the Bay Area. I don't think there was anybody else. WB6WNI 1090 was in there.
And Mike 775 was in there.
Yeah, we got 775. Okay. She'll correlate with your numbers in the morning, Rob.
Okay. We also had 1192 in there, John.
Yeah, 1192, John. That would be K06HQR. Then we also had 1176, what the hell? KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima's, what's his number? 1146 or something?
1179.
Yeah, okay, you got him. We had Brett, 1149, or 1129, Brett.
Yep, got him. I should be reading them to you because you're the one's missing one.
Well, I'm just going by memory here. We're trying to figure out what that 857 could be. Might throw out some numbers. I'll see if I hear them. Go ahead.
Okay. We have 47, 1079, 1100, 432, 727, 800, 982, Darrow.
Got it. We found it. She forgot to put me in 47.
Oh, Judy, that's a bad mistake. Rubbing the big guy the wrong way, huh?
Yeah. Well, she had a cat that was interfering with her. I'll give her a break. Blackie's in here, and he's just so excited today. He's just all over. We had a guest today. He came out and visited everybody. He's just been one happy camper today. I don't know what's going on with Blackie today.
Yeah, I've got a cat here right now that's just driving me crazy. I can barely get to the mic and keeps flipping his tail in my face and then giving me a chin rub and then, getting entangled in the mic and on my papers,
Yeah, I know. That's what Blackie's been doing to Judy here. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to take Judy and go in the other room. I want to get online and look up a veterinarian that's on the computer online. See if we can get some meds for this cat. He's got his whole face and neck swollen up now, and it's getting worse. I can tell. I just petted him tonight, so I want to see if we can get something started with that. So we want to get out of there and do that before we get any more tired than we are. Have a good weekend. We'll be here. If you spin by here or want to see those rails that we have here, you can do that. Otherwise, it's your option. Otherwise, we'll see you Sunday night. KM6SRR, a K6USY, 73 Aaron, K6MYC.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Judy. K6USY.
Any word from John, K6MI? He must be out at a concert tonight or something?
I have not heard from John, but I did just hear Frank. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, hey, Mikey, I'm going to call you just as soon as you clear off here, W6BBS.
Okay, well, give me 1 minute, and we're done here. I think we're done already. Judy's already walked out with the paperwork. So, yeah, give me a call in a minute, Frank.
Will do. Good night, everybody. W6BBS.
Good night.
Hey, Frank, are you interested in digging any holes through any towers? Over.
I'm always interested in that.
Okay, I think Rob Mavis down there is interested in it. He asked if I knew anybody had a backhoe or an excavator, so I'll find out some more particulars. Over.
Yeah, the one problem is, depending upon if it needs to be an 8-foot deep hole, I can't go. I can only go 5 feet.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay, I'll check with him and see what particulars and how quick he needs it done.
Yeah, in fact, well, you can give Rob, I know Rob Mavis, you can give Rob my phone number, and he can call me if he wants. And in reality, I can only dig about a 4-foot deep hole with this backhoe, and then the rest have to be cleaned out by hand.
Okay, sounds like you probably get below the hard pan, so it shouldn't be too much of a trouble.
Okay, very good. I'll let you go, and I'm going to call Mike in a minute, W6BBS.
Okay, Frank, good to hear you in there. W6BBS, KM6SR. And Mike and Judy, K6MYC, KM6SR, 73s. And then, of course, Aaron, K6USY, 73s.
Yeah, I think Frank is also available to sit in a chair and watch somebody else dig the hole.
That sounds like a plan.
Maybe with a cold beverage in one hand.
I would argue with that. The way I got it figured is if you're on my site sitting there watching me doing all the work, you might end up at the bottom of the hole, and I don't want to be that guy. Good night, guys. W6BBS.
Good night, Frank. And good night to the people that are still left on YouTube. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.